So I want to talk about especially these fresh graduate Gen Zs, and how would you retain somebody? So I believe it's not just the money. Okay. I'll tell you what when I talk to a lot of college students, what I heard is something that I want to add here. But I wanted to understand your perspective, Manish. What do you think are the retention strategies when you are dealing with fresh graduates?
See, in a biotech industry, it's a different ball game compared to IT. Because IT, they can jump like you said, changing clothes. It's not so in biotech because
Exactly.
by the time they set into the system itself, it takes a while for them. So what we do is normally at the time of hiring itself, we would explain to them what they're getting into. It's not that they can just transfer plug in from this technology, they just jump to another company. They cannot use that simplistically because every company, the technology used is very unique. So
Okay.
that becomes a barrier for them to jump companies that easily. So what we do is we make that selection first, and then we create a roadmap at the time of hiring itself. During probation, we'll tell them you have to understand what you are getting into. So once the probation is done, most of the time the jumping is very very minimal. If you look at hiring the people changing jobs in biotech, it is not so often. The reason is we create three segments. One is 70% of their time is predominantly used for our company work. Another 20%, 15 to 20%, at least where in my company, what we do is we allow them to develop their own project of interest, which is in alignment with my company so that they can become entrepreneurs and they can add value to the company's newer models of assays or technologies. Another 10% we allow them for, learning newer technologies, which are the exponential technologies, which are continuously evolving. So this strategizing makes the place exciting to them. And work-life balance, of course, that is very much important. In my company, vacation is mandatory. You cannot take your paid leave as an encashment. I said you have to go on vacation. So when you create such things, people will start liking it. Youngsters especially, they like to go on vacations, on hiking, like he is a hiker. They want to do those extracurricular activities. If you bind them too much inside, they get stuck. So they would always want to, it's more of claustrophobia because of which they will move out than for money or anything else. Because technologies are very unique. If they get into a microbiological company, they cannot straight away go and jump into a production biotech company. They cannot because they cannot. They have to learn all the way from beginning everything again. They become like a fresher in another company. So it's a technology which becomes a barrier for them to jump in life sciences. Than like in IT, it's very different. But at the ground level, if you see, if you go to production level or who are doing basic tech without applying brain, you have protocol. I just do this work and go. That is a moving population because they are like we call them, like in your software, how you call, they're like humanware, right? They are the human beings who do this technology routine testing. They don't have to apply their brains. They don't have excitement. That is a one manpower we have. They can keep moving among companies, but other than that, who are qualified MSc and above would rarely move out, and we create an opportunity for them to do their PhDs, part-time PhDs. We have tie-ups with companies. Now I have tie-up with Dayanand Sagar University. So my person, she is now going to join as a part-time PhD there and pursue her PhD. So she's pursuing her passion, improving her qualification, and adding value to the company as well. These are some of the strategies I use in my company, in Microvioma.
Good strategy. Pick a vertical where
You can't
the
jump.
technology is unique so that they can't move. It's not that they won't move, but yeah, the other aspects, jokes apart, the other aspect that you investing on their personal development and then them becoming more qualified, and then vacation is a compulsion is good. But yeah, it's good because in India vacation, I think if there is a glorification to living simplistically in India. So if Ambani's do a bash, wedding bash or a pre-wedding bash, there are more people who are jealous about it that they can't do it, who want to sling shit at it than people who are like उसके पास है वो कर रहा है तो क्या. That is not the attitude. So he is spending. So what? Your father is not rich as his father, okay. Accept the fact and move on, right? You can't, do that. So that I see a change in that attitude so that, whenever you structure a compensation, whenever we hire folks for, companies in the US, anybody about 10 years or so, right? Vacation days is a component in the offer. In India, we make the offer so complex with all these split ups and all of it, so called tax saving, this, that, and all. And then, make them, run. There it's fixed by 12. That's all. And then a variable. That variable is a bonus, an annual bonus. And the criteria of how much you will achieve will be put in there. Then there is a fixed number of vacation days. And then there is an option to choose medical, dental. So these things are all there, and vacation days is a key component. This is not your earned leave or sick leave. This is for somebody 20 days vacation is mandatory, and then even a what do you call this? What is this thing? I just forgot the name. So you severance package. Severance package is also structured into the compensation.